What is going on, everybody? My name is Baloo, and there goes my alarm. Welcome to the jungle. This is the channel where we take a very simple approach to technical analysis. We look at the price in the context of volume, using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you hit the subscribe button? I do this every single day, except for the days that I don't. So in today's video, just a quick market update. Things are on fire right now. So I just wanted to hop on and just take a look at some of these charts, kind of see where we're at, see what we can kind of speculate to expect. Ethereum is in a very good place. I want to take a look at Ethereum. Bitcoin, the chart is also looking very healthy. Cheers to those who it is morning time. If you are not enjoying coffee right now, hopefully you're enjoying some other beverage, whether it is afternoon or evening. But for me, here in Mexico right now, it is morning time. So good morning, and good morning to the market. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Well, we got Ethereum on the chart here. So let's just start off with Ethereum. So Ethereum, let me just take off some of this noise here. I only really use moving averages when it's time to make an entry, but price structure and volume are your friend for the most part. We are in this ascending channel. I don't have it labeled here. Let's label it. Let's label what it is that I'm seeing. So we have our buyer's climax, automatic reaction, that sets the range. A little bit of an up thrust action here. We've been over this before, but a refresher. That up thrust action did get, you could call this a minor sign of weakness, but it's a little too early. You don't really call signs of weakness this early in phase A, so we're gonna go ahead and call it a shakeout. Oh, I always forget to go to my screen. I will get good at this. I will get good at at streaming. I swear, I'm new at this, but here we go. Sorry about that. So, buyer's climax right here. Automatic reaction right here, up thrust action with a little bit of a sell-off. So in this context, in this early in phase A, we're gonna go ahead and call that a shakeout. If it happens in phase B, you might want to think that maybe it is a sign of weakness, but here it's just a shakeout. So nothing to get too upset about. And I like to also make note of the last point at which a shakeout occurred. So right before, at the peak of the shakeout, I'm just going to draw a line, and we'll call that a buyer's climax. It's not really a buyer's climax, but anyways, I'll make note of that line there. From that point on, we got a rally up to the top. Again, here's the thing that a lot of people are looking at, or a lot of people were looking at. Let me get off of the futures chart and get onto a clean chart here. Clean chart. How many Ethereum charts am I charting here? Let's go to Kraken. Here's what a lot of people are looking at. So you need to realize there are a ton of pattern traders inside of this market, and pattern traders get freaked out when they see ascending wedges. This is a bearish pattern as far as a pattern trader is concerned. These rising wedges, everybody thinks that they are going to break to the downside. What doesn't make sense to me for the most part is, you're making higher highs and you're making higher lows. That's very good price structure. We're making gains, we're making new ground. It's also very applicable as far as healthy price structure when you're at an all-time high, because we're making gain on the all-time high and we're retracing to a higher level. So, patterns can really kind of mess you up a bit. Take them into consideration inside of a trading range, but they shouldn't be your only tool in the toolbox. The thing that I do like about bearish patterns is when a bearish pattern breaks bullish, it is mega bullish. And the reason for that is people are shorting, so you're stacking up orders ready for liquidation to buy higher, and you have people not buying, waiting for a dip. The liquidations get liquidated, pushing the price higher, and the people who did not buy end up FOMOing in higher because the asset clearly starts to take off and they feel as though they're missing the move. Bearish patterns, when they break bullish, are incredible. And I think that's what we are seeing here inside of Ethereum right now. We're up at $1,700 and we're breaking bullish. I think that this is very clearly a beautiful test of the top of the range here. I've got too much noise here. Let me just, really clear up everything so that you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. If I go over to the area chart, it really cleans things up. So, we took our third rally to the top of the range, and we have this backup, and we're breaking out. This is really good. I think that Ethereum is really going to start taking off here. I think that, this is just the beginning. This is the all-time high break for Ethereum. When Bitcoin broke the all-time high and committed, we got a lot of continuation to the upside as a result of that. So, expect Ethereum. I'm trying not to sound too bullish. I always try to, be level-headed, but I am very bullish on the price action that I'm seeing. I'm very bullish on where we are with Ethereum and where I think that we could be potentially heading. I anticipate in the short term somewhere around $2,500 short term. What's up, Shroomer? Been hunting loop ring lately and would appreciate your Wyckoff take on loop ring. Yeah, we can go ahead and take a look at that. It's going to be a shorter stream today, just because I have a call today to talk about cryptocurrency courses. Me and the Arcane Bear are going to be potentially working on in a collaborative manner to try and make some courses. If you are unfamiliar with the Arcane Bear, there is a link to his YouTube down in the description below. Go and check him out. Fantastic analyst. Go and check out the Arcane Bear. I know a lot of you guys are from the Den as well. And yeah, it's hard to stay level-headed in this market right now. It's really taking off here. So where was I? Yeah, we'll quickly take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin up at $38,000. Let's go back to the candles. We need to break this level and we'll get a clear commitment above it. So, let me throw in my magnet here. If we get a break above this local high, this was the Elon Musk, putting the Bitcoin symbol on his Twitter avatar, whatever you want to say. If we can get a clear break above that, I think that that's going to be very good for the price of Bitcoin. And then we'd be looking for a backup at the buyer's climax and a continuation to the upside. Now, this price structure would be really, really bullish. And I'm not 100% convinced that we're going to see this right off the bat. I would actually prefer it if we didn't, because of my current exposure into altcoins. I would like to see us break above this level to show health, maybe come to the top and maybe get a slow grind down. If we got a slow grind down that curls back up, that will give the altcoins a lot more time to really get some performance in. And I think that that would be healthier for some of the positions that I'm in. Of course, I have exposure to Bitcoin and I want to see Bitcoin do well. But I want to see the altcoins do well as well. So let's take a look at Loop Ring. What is Loop Ring? LRC, that's right. All right, let's get rid of these old drawings that are no longer applicable. So I haven't been keeping my finger on the pulse with Loop Ring, but I'm just gonna zoom out onto the daily and just kind of get a bit of an understanding as to where we are. So here was our accumulation. I'm not going to break down the accumulation. I'm just gonna make note of the high here. So I'll just grab a horizontal array and I'll make note of that high. Oops, come on. Work with me here. Work with me here. There we go. And that high acted as support as a result of this sign of strength. So we did get a sign of strength here. This would be considered our backup phase, BU. And the backup phase has beautiful price structure. We're making higher highs and we're making higher lows. Furthermore, it looks as though we are breaking out from that structure. So let's zoom into a smaller time frame. Let's go to the 2-hour chart. So this is our consolidation here. Fits nice on the 2 hour. Let's go to the 3 hour. We'll probably fit in a little nicer. There we go. Buyer's climax right here. We can make note of the buyer's climax. With reaccumulations, I keep it really simple. I want to see where the top of the range is, and I want to see where the bottom of the range is. And then I'm just making observations in the middle. Are we breaking the range? Are we holding within the range? What happens to the volume when we do break the range? A little bit of a shakeout here, low volume, and then the price went up, indicating a little bit of an ease of movement, but it's pretty early in that phase. But the main thing here is that we're ascending. We have a nice, clean, tight consolidation pattern. We're ascending. We got a little bit of a spring action here as we tried to break the 147 EMA. It's on the 3 hour. Not a lot of people are looking at the 3 hour, so take that with a grain of salt. We have a nice movement to the upside. It looks nice. We have a tight consolidation, low volume. The composite operator is not selling this asset, and we're currently looking to break out here. So in a bull market, you can buy support and you can buy breakouts. In a bear market, you really want to just buy support. You do not want to buy breakouts, but in a bull market, you can buy breakouts. If you are trading with leverage, you have to make sure that your volatility tolerance is appropriate for buying the top of the range. So if you were buying this breakout, again, nothing I say on this channel is financial advice. Don't ever get financial advice from a cartoon bear. That's right, I'm still a cartoon bear, even though you can see my face. But you want to make sure that you have volatility tolerance. So from the top to the bottom here, we're looking at 50%, 51%. So even 2x isn't going to work here. I recommend that this be a spot trade. Then you can put your stop loss wherever you want. Just keep it spot on this one. But yeah, we're looking to break out here. Just for fun, let's see if we can find any divergence here. A little bit of a bearish divergence. Again, we're on a time frame that not a lot of people look at. Take that with a grain of salt. I focus more on price structure, so just observe what is happening here. If we were to make a little bit of a pullback, we want to at least hold this local high here. So if we can hold this level here, I think that, there's no significant signs of a pullback just yet. But, we could pull back to the 147, something like that, and, get ready to break that level again. Typically, when you have this rounding structure coming up against resistance, if you do get a pullback, just wait for that rounding structure to come again. You could call it a cup and handle, but usually cup and handles are multi-month accumulations. It's just, giving another go at being able to break that resistance. What coins are your biggest positions at the moment? That's easy. It's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the safest play. I don't mess around with my money. You need to divide your portfolio into risk categories. Your largest category of your portfolio needs to be the lowest risk. Cryptocurrency is risky enough. My largest holding is Bitcoin because it is the safest investment inside of this space. It's been around for 11 years. It's probably going to be around for another 11 years. And my confidence in that asset being worth more in the next month is high. My confidence in that asset being worth more in the next 6 months is high. And my confidence in that asset being worth more in a year is high. So my largest holding is Bitcoin. My second largest holding is Ethereum. Probably not the sexy answer you were looking for, but my risk tolerance is less. I have a good amount of exposure to some high risk altcoins, but those realistically only account for 10% of my portfolio. Everything is on steroids right now. We have some incredible plays. So congratulations to those who got into 0x. We did make the call on 0x down here below resistance. Risky play, but 0x, the DEXs have been on fire. And since our call on 0x, we are up a stupid amount. This has been definitely the call of the month. We're almost up 100% in 2 days. That's crazy. You know what? 100% in 2 days. That's the best call I've made this year. We're in a bull market, get into these positions, get your spot plays and hold. Make sure you're buying quality projects. 0x has been around for a really long time. There's a lot of trust in 0x. It's a project that I'm comfortable in holding for a little bit of time. But yeah, congratulations to those who took 0x. Beyond stupid. Blake got into that one as well, and he went a little heavier on the leverage. So congratulations to you, Blake. That was a very bold move, but fortune favors the bold. So congratulations. Another one that I've been looking at is OctoFi. So keeping in theme with the DEXs here, I really like the structure that I'm seeing inside of OctoFi. It's another one of those ascending channels. I'll just clean it up a little bit so you can get a better idea as to what I'm seeing here. But basically, we're inside of this ascending channel here. We have had our sign of strength, we have had our backup, and we're making higher highs and higher lows. This is a decentralized exchange that has TradingView plugins. So, when you're on a Uniswap DEX, the swap is just the coin swapped for this coin, and there's no chart or anything. So it doesn't really, it's not really reminiscent to a real centralized exchange, whereas OctoFi is really trying to emulate the user experience and the user interface of a more centralized exchange. And I like that because that's the direction that we need to head in. I think that a decentralized exchange needs a chart. It needs to look, feel, and the experience needs to be similar to a real centralized exchange for us to truly transition away from centralized exchanges. OctoFi is doing that. They're doing a couple other staking reward programs and a bunch of other stuff that, me personally, I'm not too into it, but, the user experience is what grabbed my attention. The look of the app is what grabbed my attention, the look of the decentralized application. And I like that. And I think this one is going to perform well, but, we never know. What else do I want to take a look at? What do you guys have in the chat here? What's up, Elio? EO from the Den. Bear Den Jerry. What's up, Jerry? How's it going? Yeah, so we got some Den members in here. We got some people from the island. Lots of, thank you for supporting the channel here, guys. What else do we got? All right, well, not too many coin requests. So dealer's choice. Let's take a look here. Bird is kind of, I know we got some viewers of the show in Bird. It's getting uncomfortable, isn't it? We are breaking the lower end of the range. I want to see this kind of take off. What I think is happening with a lot of these Uniswap plays right now is Ethereum is starting to look really, really bullish. So people are pulling out of these types of plays so that they can ride Ethereum. And I think that's what's going on. So we're seeing a lot of these coins that are not listed on exchanges. They are, being traded back. They're being swapped back into Ethereum because of the bullish price structure that we're seeing inside of Ethereum. So if Ethereum really takes off here, Bird is not going to look the greatest, but I'm still bullish on the project. I think that if they can pull it off, what they're trying to do is basically become a FICO score for cryptocurrency lending. So you are going to have a credit worthiness inside of the space. Anything that is emulating the real world of traditional finance in a decentralized peer-to-peer way, I'm really bullish on. So, are there any guarantees? No, never. There's never any guarantees, but I think that we're still inside of the trading range. Minor break of the lower end of the range. We might just widen the range as a result of that. We broke the top a little bit, so it's appropriate that we break the bottom as well. Aave, Dia. So Aave, we can take a look at Aave, but it's just, I don't know what you want me to say. Number go up, man. That's it. Not if you were to trade Aave, it would be scalps. I don't know, guys. it's not comfortable for me to be holding long term on Aave because we're up there. We are very much so up there. So you would want to do some stuff. How's it going, Arcane Bear? There's the guy. There's the man himself. Yeah, so, Aave, it's been an incredible asset. It's performing, it's just stupid. So taking a position, for the long haul, I think that you're assuming a little bit of risk there. But, Aave is stupid. Shroomer, if you're in the chat still, I think that we have some PNF counts that are quite high on Aave. But, I think that it's gone. It's gone. You need to really be, you need to have stop losses for sure. It's a tough one to get into. Small time frames for entry. You can day trade it, but it's not something that I'm not buying it. I'm not holding it long term. It's gone. So that's kind of what I feel in terms of Aave. Yeah, we can take a look at Polkadot. A lot of these have gone, they've performed very, very well. So, it's not necessarily saying that it's too late. It's just you have to be well versed with how to use a stop loss and how to kind of understand how to limit your risk. Don't FOMO into these things. Scale into your positions, divide your position into sections, and enjoy the ride. But we have kind of this backup on side of Polkadot right now. Yeah, you know what? This one's looking a lot more healthy. This is looking like a much better entry inside of Polkadot here. So, we have our buyer's climax, automatic reaction. We've respected the trading range the entire time. Beautiful. I'm just going to go to the area chart because it's just so clean. We got a nice SOS here, and look at that backup. That is such a clean backup. It's a really, really good chart here. I think that this is much cleaner. This is definitely something that you could try and get an entry into. Here we're on the 4 hour. If you wanted to get some confirmation from your moving averages, you could turn on the 3 moving averages here. We got a nice bullish cross. We've come back down to the 10, could come down to the 20, but yeah, I think that if we can break this level right here at around $21, get some volume on that break and commit, I think that it's going to take another leg up. So DOT definitely looks a lot better than Aave, but I've been watching Aave leave forever. I've been watching Aave since $40. And it's just like every time I look at the Aave chart, I'm like, the structure looks bad. It looks like it's going to come for a pullback, and then it doesn't. And then it looks like it's going to come for a pullback at $100, and it doesn't. And then it looks like it comes for a pullback at $200, and it doesn't. Not financial advice. I do think that it's overheated, and I don't think that it's a good place to park capital right now. But, TA doesn't always get it right. And, your miles may vary based on your analysis. So we can take a look at, let's go take a look at DIA. So I have not taken a look at that one. That one always gets me confused with DAI, Ethereum's DAI. But let's zoom out here. Let's go to the daily. So this is kind of a fresh chart for me. Nice double bottom pattern, nice accumulation range inside of DIA. Yeah, this is looking really good. So this is a much better play in my opinion. We have good technicals here. When you have good technicals, you need to back it up with good fundamentals. I think, in the past I've just said, purely technicals, but we're seeing the performers in this space really shine, and it's coming from DeFi. So anything that's in the decentralized world of finance, anything that is trying to create that peer-to-peer marketplace that emulates something similar to the stock market is performing extremely well. There's a lot of venture capital entering that space right now, and there's a lot of interest in watching that sector grow. So you want to back it up with some fundamentals. What is the project actually trying to do? I know nothing of DIA. I do know that it has something to do with DeFi. So we got one checkbox. I can go and take a look at what is going on. But, we have this accumulation here. Is this all of the price history? I'm not sure. How far back are we going here? September. Yeah, I think that was right around the time that DIA was released. So we can go ahead and draw a few lines here. So here is the seller's climax right here. Let's make that our seller's climax. And then we have our automatic rally up here. And then from there, we had a little bit of a shakeout down here. Phase A doesn't really matter. Okay, my watch is starting to piss me off. Let's put that over there. You're grounded. A little bit of an upthrust, lots of selling pressure come in. A huge amount of supply came in, but this is good. This is absorption. That's kind of what Phase B is all about. We're trying to, absorb a lot of the supply and give it to the composite operator, give it to the comp man, so that the comp man knows what's going on, and they're the one that have the strong hands. They're the one that's the group of people that are going to hold that asset, locking up the supply. That is how supply and demand works. When there is no available supply and there's a demand that outcompetes the available supply, that's how you get markup. So that is a nice example of an absorption event. We got a spring back here that it's indicated by the volume here. So the spring resulted in an SOS. I'm going to throw on the line chart because it looks nice. We got the SOS and then a beautiful backup, and then we're starting to mark up now. So this is looking really, really good. We got a wick above the previous high. I'm liking this. This is a fantastic coin. So good that I'm going to share it right now in the private group. Thank you. I think that's a beauty call right there. Anyways, where is my Discord? Okay, so yeah, no, I think that the structure inside of DIA is looking good. There are some of these projects that are just starting to get going. That's where you want to kind of focus your attention. Guys, we're in a bull market. We're going to have a huge flood of retail investors come in. They're starting to come. But they have not come in full force yet. A lot of people don't understand Bitcoin, let alone, decentralized finance. The retail space doesn't know what is happening here. So, we're just, there's time. And there's time for the retail investors to FOMO in. So buying Aave, can it appreciate in value? Yeah, sure, it can appreciate in value. I mean, it's done nothing but I do think that we are going to see some other opportunities begin to present themselves as well. And these types of bottoming patterns that we're seeing inside of DIA are examples of that. Another one that I like is Flamingo. So Flamingo is just starting to kind of move in the right direction here. Flamingo is a decentralized exchange built on the Neo network. Neo, people fell in love with Neo back in the last cycle, and it's a good product. Neo is a really solid product. If you've ever gotten hands-on with any of the Neo products, they're dialed in. They don't release crappy stuff. They don't release buggy stuff. Neo is good. Neo is just as good, in my opinion, as Ethereum, except way more is being developed on Ethereum. There's way more interest and venture capital and people parking money on the Ethereum network. But as far as a comparison, I think that Neo is just as good. So, people are going to really start to believe in what is going on there. And, the decentralized exchange that Flamingo is offering is good. And it's starting to be really healthy, and we're seeing it take off. How do I feel about Cardano? I don't know how I feel about Cardano. I saw a interview with Charles Hoskinson just recently, and I think Charles Hoskinson is a brilliant man, and I think that he's a really cool individual. And, we're seeing some really nice price structure start to develop inside of Cardano. Now, as far as what I know about the network and how it operates, I don't know much. A lot of centralized exchanges don't offer custody on Cardano, and I don't know what the reason for that may be. But, Cardano is technically looking very healthy. So we're just kind of leaving this reaccumulation right here. It's getting ready for markup. So, we're getting ready to move here. And we're seeing this structure inside of other assets as well, such as VeChain. This is a very similar structure as what we're seeing in VeChain. Man, 0x is up 60%, just insanity. VeChain. We're definitely in FOMO mode here, which is hilarious because I do think that we're also just getting started. Where is VeChain? Okay. VeChain up 10%. So we're a little bit, it's a very similar structure. Let me actually just compare these structures side by side because they are so similar. Let's go back to Cardano here. Cardano on the 4 hour with VeChain on the 4 hour. Oh, I don't have my drawings on that chart, but you can kind of see the structure here where you have that buyer's climax with a shakeout, buyer's climax with a shakeout, an up thrust action that fails, up thrust action that fails, holding on to some higher lows. I think that the higher low structure on Cardano is looking a lot better. We got our sign of strength with a very bullish backup that barely touched the top of the box, just a wick down basically, and we're moving up. So we're kind of waiting for that same structure to occur inside of VeChain. And, the mid caps are starting to see some love because the space is getting so bullish. I don't know what VeChain is doing as far as the new token economy that we are building as far as DeFi, but that doesn't really matter because we're seeing some of this mid caps do well. And we can take a look at the mid cap sector as well by just going to the mid perp chart. So this is a index. This is a futures index that you can buy on FTX. If you cannot choose, hey, you don't have to choose. You can just buy an index that are offered on FTX. So this is just a compilation, a basket of assets that make up some of the larger mid-cap coins. And we're definitely heading into markup. If we go to the last high here, we were butt up against resistance. We broke that. We got our sign of strength. We got our backup, and we've been heading up into markup. So the mid caps are really starting to see some love here. KNC, yeah. So KNC, another DeFi play. It's really hard to miss right now. Pick a couple tickers, put them on a dartboard, and throw a dart at that, and that's your coin. That's just a joke, guys. But yeah, it's pretty hard to pick a loser right now. I think that we're definitely seeing a bull market. It's very favorable for technical analysis. You get consensus, and everybody's just buying. Everybody's just buying in a bull market, and we see less and less shorts. It kind of sucks for those who are into leverage. I do have a significant amount of my portfolio that sits on futures contracts, and the funding rate does get crappy. So I think I might start using those less and less. As far as the funding rate keeps going up, and that's the only way that they can balance the books. They have to increase the funding rate because there's just less and less short sellers. So, we're definitely in a bullish environment, and people are buying. People are buying a lot. One more before I got to get out of here, guys. I'm going to take a look at Zilliqa. PNF target was around $500 for Aave. So we're seeing a little bit of supply come in on Aave. But you can always build more count, as Blake is pointing out. And that's, with a reaccumulation, you can take the count on the reaccumulation. So if we do encounter supply on Aave at $500, if we consolidate for a while, that could be your opportunity to take a position inside of Aave. But I don't buy stuff that's going straight up. So Zill, I think, was looking good last I looked. Why is that not on my watch list? I did some adjustments to my watch list. For those interested in how I build a watch list, I basically go to the exchange that I'm trading on, and I put in every single asset on that exchange, which on Binance is well over 260 tokens. It's a lot, but that's what I do. That's what I do. I want to be able to siphon through all of the charts. I look for bullish structure. When I have bullish structure, then I go into the fundamentals and kind of gauge the temperature of the market as far as what people think about that asset. So Zilliqa, go back to Zill. All right, pull it up. There we go. Yeah, Zilliqa, we were forming this bull flag. For those who are not signed up for the free newsletter offered by the Arcane Bear, sign up for the free newsletter. It's free. And, of course, we're going to try and sell you stuff, but we offer a lot of free information that holds a lot of value. And the most recent one was this breakdown of Zilliqa's bull flag. So we do have this bull flag structure inside of Zilliqa. And, analyzing a bull flag is one thing, but being able to break it down in terms of Wyckoff is another. So we can go ahead and just take a look at that. Let's go on the 2-hour chart. Let's make these just a less loud color so I can explain what I'm trying to explain here. And basically, we have this bull flag structure here. Now, we did not explode off of the bull flag, but we have our buyer's climax. We have our automatic reaction setting the width of the range. And then we've been, it's been quite volatile, very up and down, some minor sell-offs, but buyer pressure coming in. But, even though we're quite volatile, the volume has been contracting. So there's less and less selling occurring inside of ZIL. It had a huge run up. They need to, assets need to reaccumulate. And that's what's happening right now is we're seeing a reaccumulation inside of Zilliqa. The downward sloping accumulation was the bull flag. It didn't break out like a typical bull flag, so we can kind of zoom out and we can start looking at this as just a reaccumulation after a decline. So we can zoom out here onto the 6-hour and you can see that kind of cup-ish structure here. This rounded bottom structure. Yeah, let's just delete that for a sec. This rounded bottom structure, whether it forms a cup and handle is entire speculation. So I did have a comment come in from the YouTube comments yesterday talking about Bird saying that, oh no, it's a head and shoulders because there's a shoulder and a head. A head and shoulders doesn't confirm until there's two heads or two shoulders and a head. You can't call patterns before they actually develop. So calling this a cup and handle is inaccurate because it's just a rounded bottom. That's it. If it forms a handle, well, now you can call it a cup and handle. But right now, there's nothing that says that this can't break out. And that's exactly what happened with 0x. So 0x had a very similar structure on a much larger scale. But yeah, this did not form a cup and handle. It just created that rounded bottom and frickin' took off. And man, I'm stoked about that trade. That is such a good trade. Shout out to those who took that trade. Yeah, monkeys throwing darts. Okay, so guys, that's about all the time I have for today. I do have to jump on a call. I just wanted, the market was popping off, so I just wanted to tune in and just kind of make heads or tails as to what is going on and take a look at some of these assets with you guys. So thank you so much for joining the stream. I appreciate that you guys come here and enjoy the channel. Check out some of the links. Be sure to sign up for the free newsletter in the description down below. And please, until next time, trade safe. It's a jungle out there. Peace.